Hello and welcome to Pokemon Lesson 1. First off, you need to know what types of Pokemon are strong against each other. The first basic types that are introduced in Pokemon are from the Kanto region. That's Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander. Charmander is a fire type, Squirtle is a water type, and Bulbasaur is a grass type. Charmander is strong against Bulbasaur, who is strong against Squirtle, who is strong against Charmander again. And then reversely, Charmander is weak against Squirtle, Squirtle is weak against Bulbasaur, and Bulbasaur is weak against Charmander. So there you go. So grass is strong against water, water is strong against fire, and fire is strong against grass. So we have this in order, and the first Pokemon ever in the International Pokedex is Bulbasaur. And Bulbasaur is a grass type, and Bulbasaur evolves into Ivysaur at level 16, and Ivysaur evolves into Venusaur at level 32. And usually the first starters, their third evolution usually evolves at 36, but since Ivysaur and Venusaur and Bulbasaur are all grass types, it is an actual exception. Next, we have Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. Charmander is a fire type, and it evolves into Charmeleon at level 16. Charmeleon evolves into Charizard at level 36. And despite popular belief, Charizard is only a fire type, not a dragon type. And in the first region, there weren't really that many different types of Pokemon. But the main three you'll usually come across is grass, fire, and water. So next we have the best Pokemon ever, Squirtle. Squirtle's my favorite next to Vaporeon, but we will get to Vaporeon soon. Squirtle is number 7 on our list, and it evolves into Wartortle, who evolves into Blastoise. Again, it goes 16 to 36. And water types are the best. Well, in my opinion, they are. And I absolutely love them. And I mean, how can you not love Blastoise? But, I mean, Blastoise learns to Hydro Pump at early level, and it's just the best. Next, we have Caterpie, who evolves into Metapod and Butterfree. Caterpie only takes to level 7 to evolve into Metapod, and Metapod evolves into Butterfree at level 10. And then we have Weedle, who does the exact same thing with Kakuna and Beedrill. And they're bug types, so that's common. Next, we have Pidgey, Pidgeotto, and Pidgeot. Pidgey evolves into Pidgeotto at level 22, I believe, and Pidgeot at level 36. Basically, these are flying type Pokemon, but in the first game, they were only referred to as normal types. And normal types aren't always the best, but they're pretty cool too. Next, we have Rattata and Raticate, and they are both normal types. Basically, these two are just some of the things that you are going to hate the most. In the games, there's this boy called Youngster Joey, and he's always talking about how his Rattata is in the top percentage of Rattata. And it gets really annoying because he calls you up all the time, basically. So next we have Spearow and Fearow. In the first season of Pokemon, the first episode, Ash Ketchum faces a Spearow, and he tries to catch it by throwing a rock at it, because Pikachu won't actually help him trying to catch this Pokemon, because Pikachu thinks Ash is dumb, which was kind of true at that point in time. But Spearow evolves into Fearow, and they are normal types. And, well, later on in the gens, most normal types that were birds became flying types. And flying types are actually weak against electric types. And in the first couple episodes, Pikachu start to appreciate Ash, and he ends up saving Ash by using Thunder, and destroying all the Spearow and frying them up, basically. And that part is also probably the saddest part of one of the Pokemon histories. I mean, basically, Ash was trying to save Pikachu, and then Pikachu was being a dickwad, and he ends up saving Ash anyways, so I cry every time I see it. Next we have Ekans and Arbok. Ekans is Jesse's Pokemon actually, and Ekans eventually evolves into Arbok with time, and Jesse eventually has to let Arbok go so that way Arbok can have a new life and not be into the whole thieving of Team Rocket. But Arbok, fun fact, actually has a different pattern on its outer collar, depending on which region you go to. Now we have Pikachu and Raichu. Ignore Pichu. Pichu isn't in the first 151 Pokemon. It was actually added during the Johto League as a baby Pokemon once they started having female and male Pokemon. And so Pikachu is number 25. Pikachu is basically the trademark of Pokemon, and is probably the most known Pokemon. It was obviously Ash Ketchum's first Pokemon ever, and Ash refuses to evolve Pikachu with a Thunderstone because he likes Pikachu just as he is, and I think that's really sweet, and they're best friends forever, and it's a real friendship they have there. But Raichu I think is actually cuter, but yeah, so Raichu can only become Raichu from Pikachu with a Thunderstone. Next we have Sandshrew and Sandslash, which are ground type Pokemon, and they're really chill and really easygoing. And after that we have Nidoran, Nidorina, and Nidoqueen. These are the first female Pokemon, and after them we have Nidoran, Nidorino, Nidoking, and they are the first male Pokemon. So originally they didn't have any gender type Pokemon. Cleffa was added in the Johto region, and Clefairy and Clefable are actually in the 151. They can only be found in Mount Moon, and actually you can't even find Clefable. You have to evolve Clefairy from a Moonstone found in Mount Moon. So we have Vulpix and Ninetales. Vulpix also has to be evolved into Ninetales with a Firestone. Then Igglybuff is also found in the Johto region. Basically in the Johto region, once they had daycare and the daycare center, you could have more than one Pokemon. You could make your Pokemon mate, and they would create eggs, and the eggs would create babies. So that's where a lot of these babies are coming from, like Pichu, Igglybuff, Cleffa. All these guys are just coming from the baby forms. But so Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff were originally in the 151, and they are also only able to have a Wigglytuff with a Moonstone as well. And speaking of Moonstones, in Mount Moon you will come across Zubat, and Zubat are the most annoying Pokemon you will ever find in any kind of cave. But the bright side of having a Zubat is a Golbat. But Golbats evolve into Crobats, which is new and also came into the Johto League. So all these cool Pokemon came during the Johto League, basically. Now we have Oddish, who evolves into Gloom, and Gloom can either turn into Bellossom or Vileplume. But Bellossom wasn't evolved until the Johto League as well. So to have a Vileplume, you had to evolve Gloom with a Leaf Stone. Now we have Paras and Parasect. Paras evolves into Parasect, but the fun fact about Parasect is that the mushroom on his back actually takes over his mind, and that's why his eyes are so big and beady, because he isn't in control anymore. The big giant mushroom is. Next, we have Venonat and Venomoth. There's speculation that Venonat was supposed to be Butterfree at one point because of the eyes, but don't believe that rumor. Venonat does turn into Venomoth, and it is a bug poison type. And the Erica, the gym leader, actually doesn't have one, but Koga does, and his specialty is poison types. And our last Pokemon for this slideshow lesson is Diglett and Dugtrio. Diglett evolves into Dugtrio. They are ground types, and there is a special cave called Diglett Cave where you can just have a whole bunch of Diglets, and there is speculation that Diglets have feet, and no one really knows why, but no one's ever seen a Diglett's feet. So they're called mole Pokemon, though, as you can tell by the noses. And there you go. There you have it for your first lesson on Pokemon. There is definitely still more to come.